Peace, blessing, salutations. Yarima Karama here, real life, real talk. These are the days of our lives. So, last week I did a segment and we actually did a virtual walkthrough through this Queen's uh, educational establishment that she got established like over 19 years ago in Texas, and it's called H Tech. And I put out a plea to everybody to support this queen in her journey in the educational field, because she is providing a valuable service to the young men, women, and children of the Houston, Texas area. And she did a virtual walkthrough on that, and the response and the feedback was phenomenal. And so what I wanted to do today is I wanted to do a recap, but I also wanted my live stream audience, because if you didn't go to the YouTube, and I did post it, but our original interview was done on YouTube. So I wanted you all to meet Peace, Jackie. I wanted you all to meet the Queen, Stephanie Boutte, and let her kind of just give you some info on what she's doing, some info on the response that she's gotten. This queen, her spirit is wonderful. If you haven't supported, I would ask that you reach out to her and lend that support. She's all about empowerment. She's all about our schools. She's all about the curriculum and teaching our children in some of the most arduous areas in the city where they have basically given up. She had built her establishment there and has been thriving for over 19 years. So without further ado, meet the Queen, Stephanie Boutte. And Stephanie.
Hi. You know what? I'm so happy to share with you what happened last week. After your interview with me, I've gotten so many wonderful responses, and all of these people just had my brain on another level. I just always assumed that what we were doing was just where we needed to be. But there was a guy who sent me an email, and he asked me basically what is it that I really needed and what I was trying to do. And there's so many things I'm trying to accomplish that we've been accomplishing. And I actually wrote a list down, and I thought about it. And so I emailed him back, and he has an IT company. And he said to me that because of the programs that I offer, he is in a position to mentor, to hire, and to work with our students while they're in class, and when they graduate, he could hire them. So I was just blown away. So when people ask me, what is it you need? I need companies that are hiring. I need companies, people that are in position to hire our graduates, people that are in position to mentor. I desperately need that. I need employment opportunities for people that's in those type of positions. And I also need people that work in companies that know of areas that I'm not currently teaching that they know is really hot. There's some IT programs, and there's welding. There's so many other programs that I wasn't really familiar with. The lady called me and she said phlebotomy was really, really hot at the hospital. And she said if I offered phlebotomy, that I could really help a lot of people get employed. So guess what I did? I wrote a phlebotomy program. And so those are the things when they say what you need. I need, when you talk about monetary input, I need TVs. You know what I really want to do? I want to get a flat screen TV in the computer labs, in the lecture labs, and I want the kids to be able to watch Hidden Colors. I want to offer it to the community. I want to do it every Friday. I want to offer movie night. I want to offer programs where I could have the screen and they could actually come into the center. Anybody who lives in the community can come into the center and see Hidden Colors. I think we need to start educating and just dropping the knowledge from our history in our communities, because when I say Hidden Colors and when I talk about our history, nobody knows what I'm talking about. So I was kind of excited about that. I was thinking about the kids in the after school program. They need uniforms. Somebody donated some uniforms because I got kids going to middle school now. And you know how it is when you go to middle school, you grow.
Right.
So, and it's like, I just wanted to thank everybody, because now the challenge is to provide the resources. Like I got to do an audit, $10,000. You want to offer programs so you could get them accredited. So that's more application fees. And so when he asked me that, I just humbled myself because all the responses were so overwhelming. And I was thinking that we need to do this together. So there's other Black owners that I was telling you about that I did meet across the country that, I'm going to share my curriculums with them. There's a lady, she does a CNA program in Florida. And I was sharing with her, I have a medical assistant program and a pharmacy tech program that you could just offer at your school. Get it accredited. It's already written. Do what you need to do with it. And when I listen to you and Dr. Watkins, this is what we need to do. And I just did a CDL program for a gentleman he has all these 18-wheelers in Kansas. And he says, I want to teach these young guys how to drive 18-wheelers and I want to hire them. I wrote him a CDL program to teach them how to drive trucks. So we could do this. You guys just got me at a level where I'm just like excited. So I just wanted to thank you guys. And whatever it is that you can do, the exploratory committee, like if you're an expert in the field, let me tell you, right now, I'm trying to do a fiber optics technician program. So if you know anybody in those areas that could train or that could give me some input, I'm just excited. I'm just excited. And I just wanted to thank you guys again for having me.
Okay, Queen Stephanie or Miss Boutte, because I'm seeing some on the live screen or the live stream footage here. One lady in particular, Cynthia Barnes, she asked, "Hey, love you, Queen. How can we link up?" So give some information on how people can contact you, and put out your information so people know how to get in touch with you.
My website is www.houston-tec.com. www.houston-tec.com. And if they want to donate, let me tell you, we raised like $3,000 and I'm already, oh my God, I'm buying uniforms. I got a guy that's coming in. They've been breaking in the school. So I'm going to try to get some security cameras and do some things with the resources that we have that we didn't have. So I just want to thank everybody. If they want to continue to donate, they can, there's a donation sign, little icon on the website. And if they want to send me an email, it's on the website at contact, and the emails come directly to me. And so they could send me an email and I could respond to it.
Okay, that's great. And for all of those in the viewing audience, I think it's important to remember that, we can talk about group economics, we can talk about Black business, we can talk about all of these things, but in order to get to that level, it starts with education, and it starts with with people being able to not only communicate, but being able to work on a global level. And the service that Miss Boutte is providing is invaluable, quite frankly. And tell them. I think it's important that they know also, because you've had staff there with you for over 10 years. And what are some of the numbers that you're putting out as far as graduation? Because your whole motivation is to graduate these students, not only to teach them, but to get them employment opportunities at the end of their cycle with you. So tell them, give the viewing audience briefly some of the numbers that you have put out, and tell them about some of your staff.
Well, my staff, they're excellent. They have been with me for about 10 years now, and they've been recruited, by the way, and they won't leave because they feel what we're doing in the community. Right now, as we speak, our enrollment is so low because we don't have the funding for people to come to school. Because we don't have Title IV, it's hard for me to find resources for them to go to school. And so we do fundraisers, and sometimes people donate monies to the school, and that's how we pay for the tuition and to buy their books and supplies. So when people donate, that kind of helps me have funding for them. As for our placement numbers, let's say, for example, the last class that we had 8 students in our heating and air conditioning program. We lost one, something happened, he had medical issues, but all the other 7, they all went to work. Actually, the city of Houston hired them in one of their programs. So it's like we have to find somehow. I write a lot of grants, but I have to find resources to train them. It's so hard because most of my students, when they come, I had a lady who saw the video. She can't afford the training, so I have to find resources for her to make sure that she's here. Even though they don't have the money, we write grants. Like I'm on your show, we get donations. So that's always the drawback. So that's what we're trying to do to get enrollment up, is to find resources to actually pay for the tuition.
Okay, there's a question. Brother Andrew says, why is the government not helping with more funds?
I write grants. I do everything. I reach out to my congressman. I have very high political connections. Nobody really comes through, and I can't stop doing what I'm doing because the resources aren't there. I write grants all the time. Actually, we were awarded 2 grants last year, and they ran out of funding. So we didn't even get the funding. So that was new to me. I had never heard of it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm positioning myself to do Title IV. And every school owner that I talk to that currently have it, they said it's changed so much over the years that you have to be really careful if you participate in it, because there are all these guidelines that you spend most of your time just meeting the guidelines as opposed to training. So we're so good at what we do. I don't want to get caught up in a system where I'm just trying to stay in compliance and then I'm losing what I started the school for. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. And again, thank you for coming on, Queen, and sharing. I wanted to do a recap with you. I'm sitting here listening to you, and the energy that you bring and the inspiration that you bring. There's no doubt in my mind why you have lasted for 19 years, because your tenacity, perseverance, dedication to our students is phenomenal, and we need more of that across the board. But I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, like, you wrote 2 grants that you were approved for, and they ran out of money. And it's like we got it. It reminds me of the thing, like, we have money for wars, we have money to go take people's oil, but we don't have money to teach our children. Right? We have money to go to ball games and sport and play. We have money to go out to clubs and kick it, but our most precious jewels, we never seem to have money for, and that just astounds me. So again, I want to lend my voice to and get you out there and just ask people, please, support this queen. I wanted to bring her on. We didn't live stream last week. We just did the YouTube video, but I wanted to bring her on and let her voice shine and give you a chance to see what she's doing and the possibilities of man, what we can all do if we work together. And so again, Queen, I appreciate you for coming on. Would just like to ask, is there any last things that you would like to say? We have about a minute left.
Okay, 1 minute. If you are over a foundation, or if you know people that have resources where we can apply, we are very, very good grant writers. I've been invited to partner on grants, and it's just so many things that we can do. If you know foundations that I don't know of, we can write grants. I don't have a problem with that. It's just I don't know how to I can't make them award me the grant. And from my understanding, we do a pretty good job when we do submit our applications. I just don't know, why the funding isn't there. So, but again, thank you guys for having me, and I'm going to give y'all some more feedback.
Please do, and shoot out that email again, or your link for your webpage again, Queen.
www.houston-tec.com. www.houston-tec.com.
So there you have it. My name is Yurima Karama. Support this queen in her endeavor. She's doing a phenomenal work. We're talking about educating our children, and we know that when our people are educated and we take the time out to show that love and give that time, and that's what she's doing. This queen she's not making a lot of money at this. She's been pushing for over 19 years because she's dedicated to the cause of making sure that Black children boys and girls are educated, and young men and women, because from my understanding, she's taking people in too from who have lost their jobs, and she's providing a training program that is far outstanding to a lot of programs out there right now. So if we can, let's lend our support, let's lend our voice to this queen. When you have somebody in the community that's doing it, I know we have an obligation to aid and assist them. And if we're not aiding and assisting, then we have no stance standing up, stating anything, complaining about anything. If we're not aiding and assisting our people who are out here doing it, or if we're not doing it ourselves, we got no room for complaint. Just sit back and accept whatever happens, because at the end of the day, we got a lot of people sitting behind computer screens, punching keys. I on my YouTube thing, we deal with the trolls all the time. And it's like, it's easy for people to sit back and hide behind their computer and say this. But the people who are out here actually in the street on the front lines, who are doing the hard work, those are the warriors in this fight that we're in. Those are the ones who have said, you know what? I see something greater with us. I see something greater with our people. It's time to stand up. And that's what Mrs. Boutte is doing. I commend you, Queen, for the work that you are doing and that you continue to do. And if I can aid and assist in any way just by doing these videos, I would love to get down to Houston and talk to some of the students down there and just be a part of the awesome work that you are doing. So I commend you. I thank you for your time, for coming on. Any last shout outs, any last things you want to say, Queen?
No, that's it. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. And I want you guys to have a fabulous day. Thank you.
Thank you, Queen. And so again, my name is Yurima Karama. Hit that Queen up. She gave the website www.houston-tech. That's TEC.com, correct?
That's correct.
And that stands for Houston Training and Education Center, correct?
Correct. That's
okay.
Correct.
And so connect with this queen. We've done a marvelous job thus far, but we can do more. We have it to do. So let's do it. Let's lend the support that we can. The support is not necessarily always monetary. If you're down in the Houston area, I know that I saw a queen last week when we did the segment. She was like, hey, I want to do some part-time teaching. Reach out to this queen. They can use that. So all the support doesn't always have to be monetary, but it does take finance to uplift a nation. So, and that's just the nation that we live in. It takes finance to uplift. So what you can provide, please provide. My name is Yurima Karama. Peace, blessings, salutations. I'm out. Love.